Kevin O'Leary's spotty business record. Part 1. Mattel's $300 million write-down and thousands of employees fired. The acquisition of the Learning Company proved to be a disaster for Mattel Toy, the world's largest toy maker at the time. Mattel was trying to expand their business beyond Barbie dolls and Hot Wheel cars into high-tech products like gaming software. SoftKey Software Products was a software company started in the basement of Kevin O'Leary's Toronto home in 1983. He was an excellent salesman and was able to convince other companies to bundle his company's products with their own. He would go on to license software from other companies rather than internally develop it within his own company. SoftKey acquired the Learning Company and took its name. In 1998, Mattel made a $3.8 billion offer for the Learning Company. That same year, the Learning Company grossed over $800 million in revenue, but lost over $100 million when it came to profitability. There were losses in both 1996 and 1997 as well. Kevin O'Leary insisted the company was profitable in 1998 when it was sold to Mattel in a 2010 article, but finally conceded that these were public numbers, and they were whatever they were. In addition, TLC, the Learning Company, had taken on significant debts. TLC's forecasted revenue and growth expectations were significantly overly optimistic to the point of being delusional at best and fraudulent at worst. Mattel had projected a $50 million profit for the Learning Company division in third quarter 1999, but they were forced to revise their forecast to a loss of between $50 to $100 million. A year after the acquisition, Mattel wrote down $300 million on the value of the Learning Company. Just 6 months after the deal closed, Kevin O'Leary was forced out of Mattel. Thousands of Mattel employees lost their jobs. Billions of dollars of shareholder value were wiped out as Mattel's stock value plummeted. There was a shareholder class action lawsuit against Mattel that alleged TLC used accounting tricks to hide losses and inflate quarterly revenue. Kevin O'Leary was one of the defendants in the lawsuit. Mattel ultimately settled in 2003 for $122 million. The Telegraph deemed it as one of the worst takeovers in recent history. The education entertainment industry was tainted for years to follow and was considered untouchable lest it be associated with the Learning Company and Kevin O'Leary. It is hard for me to express how disastrous this deal was and how much harm it caused. Not only did people lose their livelihoods, but I can only assume, and this is purely conjecture, that marriages fell apart, people lost their homes in foreclosure, and the most desperate of the laid-off employees probably either resorted to drugs or alcohol. If you or somebody you know was involved or affected by what happened with Kevin O'Leary and the Learning Company and Mattel, please let me know in the comments your story.